All right, everyone listen up. We are heading straight into what could become one of the most chaotic, volatile, and unforgettable winters in more than a decade. I've been digging deep into the long-range models, analyzing jet stream configurations, and tracking those early atmospheric signals pouring out of the Arctic. And honestly, what I'm seeing is nothing short of explosive. This looks like the kind of setup that could unleash winter far earlier than anyone expects, slamming the brakes on fall by late October and catapulting the nation straight into a snow-dominated pattern weeks ahead. Schedule, picture this. It's late October. The air has that sharp, metallic bite to its hand. Then, without warning, the northern plains are swallowed by the season's first true winter storm. Not a weak early season event, but a powerful system with blizzard force winds ripping through North Dakota, South Dakota, and into Minnesota. Minneapolis could get hit with 4 to 8 inches right out of the gate, and this won't be a temporary coating. This snow is going to stick. Roads will turn slick in hours. Trees will bend under the weight of heavy, wet accumulation, and the landscape will fall silent under that eerie, haunting stillness that only arrives when the world is buried in white. From there, this system charges southeast, tearing through Wisconsin, crossing Lake Michigan, and hammering Chicago with another 4 to 8 inches before Halloween even arrives. But guess what? It doesn't stop. By the time this early season beast claws its way into the Northeast, Boston could be waking up to a snow-blanketed skyline. Snow swirling over the harbor, 4 to 6 inches already on the ground before most people even realize winter has arrived. By the way, if you'd like custom forecasts for your exact city or region, drop a comment below. I'll respond individually as time permits. And if you enjoy videos like this, hit the like button and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow. Now, let's keep going as we flip the calendar into November. Things escalate fast. The jet stream digs deep into the U.S. like a sword, funneling repeated waves of Arctic air straight from Canada. We're talking about a full-on atmospheric lock-in. Snow could be flying from the Rockies to the Great Lakes to the Northeast, and I'm not talking light flurries. I'm talking heavy, persistent accumulation. Denver could stack up 12 to 20 inches in November alone. Buffalo, America's snow capital, could crush 18 inches before Thanksgiving. Even New York City, which usually dodges early season snow, could see 12 to 20 inches by the end of the month. Imagine Central Park buried in a pristine white blanket before the holiday season even begins. And the cold. It will be brutal. Temperatures could plunge 20 degrees below average across the Midwest and East. You'll feel it instantly. Kind of cold that bites your skin the moment you step outside. Then comes December, and this is where winter stops teasing and starts throwing knockout punches. I'm forecasting multiple major blizzards across the central and eastern United States, the kind of storms that shut down cities and blaze their names into history. Chicago could get buried 30 inches in December alone, highways shut down by whiteouts. Boston could get slammed with over 24 inches, especially if nor'easters ride the East Coast perfectly. New York City, don't be shocked if you're digging out from 20+ inches before Christmas. The lake effect. Snow Machine will be in full beast mode. Buffalo, Erie. Cleveland, we're talking multi-foot snow totals as snow bands stall for days across the plains. Ice storms become a major danger. Freezing rain coating everything in a glassy sheet of destruction. Power outages. Tree damage, dangerous roads, pure winter chaos by January. The nation could be locked into one of the coldest, snowiest patterns we've seen since the legendary winter of 2013-2014. The kind of winter people still talk about years later. Minneapolis, over 40 inches in January alone. That's insane. Buffalo, 36 inches, easily. Boston, 30 inches. New York City, 28 inches. Denver, 30 inches. Chicago, 32 inches. Everywhere you look. Snow piling up faster than plows can clear it. But it's not just the snow we need to talk about, tits, the cold. Brutal, merciless, bone-crushing cold that stretches from coast to coast. Wind chills across the northern plains and Midwest will plunge below -20 degrees Fahrenheit, delivering the kind of atmosphere that freezes your eyelashes and makes car engines struggle just to turn over. In some regions, it will feel as if the Arctic itself has migrated south for the season. And even as we push into February, there is no sign of relief. In fact, late winter may unleash the most powerful blows yet. I'm tracking several massive storm systems that appear ready to march through the walk. My only lipstick, Ruby Kiss. Ruby Kiss, Ruby Kiss, only Ruby Kiss, has the luxurious texture. Defty HS, weist, most, it is Sillery. It is wal Salali, not Salast Colland. I salive, wal Slas call it act. My wally call-a-cali, my case-caller come-made. A nist, commad, commend, silicide. My knob, my excessive, pla. Upside it said, my mod. We not sad psychoca knows it's a cad, with it we man stay cad a baracas wit to be at least crickasag selexic it but I just sit booze it to sit ladder it it's I sit to sit Midwest before slamming into the East Coast, each one capable of unloading double-digit snowfall totals. Philadelphia could easily surpass 20 inches in February alone. Washington, D.C. may find itself buried under 15 to 18 inches, a rare but stunning winter scenario. Pittsburgh could collect 20 inches with ease. The storm track remains aggressive, and the Arctic air refuses to retreat. These late-season snow events could rival some of the biggest East Coast storms of the past decade. And don't think the Pacific Northwest and Northern Rockies are being left out. Places like Seattle, Spokane, and Salt Lake City are lining up for major snowfall as Pacific storm energy collides with entrenched cold air. This means a deep mountain snowpack, treacherous mountain passes one of the best ski seasons in years. The South isn't safe either now. Down south, this isn't just cold rain, it's ice storm territory. I'm talking freezing rain, dangerous glaze ice, and bitter Arctic air reaching as far south as northern Texas, Arkansas, Tennessee. And the Carolinas, we could see significant icing events across parts of the South and Mid-Atlantic, the kind that snaps tree limbs like toothpicks, sends power lines sagging and breaking, turns highways into glass sheets of death, though sparkling. Crystal clear mornings may look beautiful until you realize every road is a skating rink. Even Atlanta could experience multiple rounds of wintry mix this season. A nation covered in snow across. The entire nation from mountains to coastlines, the snowpack is going to be extraordinary. By early March, we could be looking at snow cover across the entire northern half of the United States that rivals or even surpasses the legendary winter of 2013. Deep drifts on the plains. Cities buried for days, rural roads completely impassable, and that haunting midwinter silence. When the world slows under the weight of cold, this is shaping up to be one of those iconic winters people never forget. You had to live through it type of winter. A season of roaring blizzards, endless snow, screaming wind chills, and snow totals that define an era from Minneapolis to Boston, Denver to New York, Buffalo to D.C., everyone will feel it. Whether it's your driveway disappearing under mountains of snow, or wind chills that make your bones ache. This winter isn't playing games, and it isn't taking prisoners. Now, let's zoom out. The bigger picture, let's take a look at the continental setup. Because the atmosphere is exploding with energy right now. Look at this storm after storm is slamming into Alaska and diving down through western Canada. This is a highly amplified pattern, and it's about to flood the Pacific Northwest and northern Rockies with moisture. Multiple atmospheric river events, flooding rains, massive mountain snowstorms. This conveyor belt of storms upstream is going to keep bending and buckling the jet stream over the United States, fueling more cold fronts, more Arctic air outbreaks. Crazy temperature flips. Classic fall-to-winter volatility. Watch the pattern storm after storm, hammering the west coast like falling dominoes, and every one of them keeps the jet stream active and wild. That means the U.S. weather machine is staying in overdrive for weeks to come. In the south, tropical trouble brewing. Meanwhile, down in the Caribbean, we're also watching a tropical disturbance begin to flare up. I'm almost certain this will develop into some kind of organized system. The big question is, where is it going? Some models drift it west toward Mexico, others curve it north. A few stall it southwest of Puerto Rico for days before it shoots north here. What I do know, with multiple strong troughs swinging across the U.S. It will be very difficult for this tropical system to make a direct run at the mainland United States. Those troughs act like baseball bats every time a tropical system gets close. Whack, it's thrown back out to sea. That may be our saving grace. But for Puerto Rico, the Bahamas, and the Lesser Antilles, this storm still poses a real threat, and we'll be tracking it closely in the coming days. And if that wasn't enough, space is getting involved. Even space weather is going wild. The sun has fired off multiple coronal mass ejections, massive blasts of solar energy now racing toward Earth. These can disrupt satellites, cause radio blackouts, trigger power grid fluctuations, and ignite epic auroras across the northern U.S.